Hi, I'm Craig Phillips, co-founder of Client First Advisory Group and creator of the Windfall solution here at Client First. The question I'm going to address in this video is how should someone who receives a windfall select their financial advisor? When somebody receives, or even when they're notified that they're coming into a significant amount of money, most people immediately look for help. Typically, they think about a financial advisor, an attorney, and an accountant, and they'd be correct. They're going to need a professional team to navigate the much more complex financial situation that they're going to find themselves in. So let's first talk about the financial advisor. I'll address how to put the whole team together in a later video. I know, everybody wants to help you with this one. You got to talk to my guy, he's great. You probably have friends and maybe even relatives in the business. And then the ads for financial companies on TV become much more relevant to you than they were in the past. It can be overwhelming, and the consequences of making a bad selection at this point can haunt you for the rest of your financial life. Let me make it easy for you. You can eliminate 90% of advisors by only interviewing fiduciary advisors. So what is a fiduciary, and why is that so important? A fiduciary advisor is required by law to always put your interests ahead of theirs, period. That's the standard that they're regulated by. You might ask, well, aren't all financial advisors required to act that way? They should be, but believe it or not, they aren't. The last thing the big brokerage firms want is for their salespeople to be fiduciaries. Recently, the Department of Labor, who regulates retirement plans, decided to impose a rule requiring advisors who advise on retirement plans to be fiduciaries. The brokerage companies circled the wagons and screamed bloody murder, and it looks like it's not going to happen anytime soon. The brokerage companies make financial product, and they expect their salespeople to sell their product. They're held to a much lower standard. It's called suitability, not fiduciary, which allows and actually creates conflicts of interest. Their first loyalty is to their firm, not to you. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose that a large cap domestic growth stock fund is suitable to you based on your goals and objectives. In the stock brokerage world, it's perfectly fine and legal to sell you their fund, which might have 3 times the cost as a no-load fund that's invested the same way. They're paid more to sell you their company's product than one that is better for you. On the other hand, fiduciaries don't receive commissions. They're paid only by their clients. There are no conflicts of interest, and because of that, they attract a much higher net worth clientele. So chances are the advisor who works for the company that advertises on TV is not a fiduciary, nor is your cousin's guy you got to talk to. Take your time, ask around, and only interview fiduciary advisors. You're going to be very happy you did. Often the big name companies are the default when people come into money because of their names are well known. However, after a while, many end up moving to a fiduciary advisor. Do yourself a favor and start out with one. It's going to save you a lot of grief and headaches in the long run. But not all fiduciaries are the same. You're going to want a fiduciary that has other qualifications. Be sure to check out my other videos on selecting a financial advisor for someone who has received a windfall. Post your questions and comments below. I'll try to get to as many as I can.